Behind the scenes, it appeared to be the greatest story of faith, family, and love. The Brown family, America's most famous plural marriage, built a brand on harmony, trust, and the forever ever after together. But behind the camera, offstage, something wicked was brewing. A plot so subtle, so calculated, that no one saw it coming, not even Kody himself. And at its center was Robyn Brown. This is the history of how one woman, with subtle speech and careful moves, rewrote the fate of one entire family. This is Robyn's ultimate betrayal, the move that cemented the Brown dynasty once and for all. Robyn was introduced to the Sister Wives story in 2010 as a clean slate. A mom of 3, devout in her religion, and hoping against hope to bring love and harmony into the Brown home. Kody referred to her as a blessing from God. The wives welcomed her cautiously, hoping she'd bring more harmony than discord. Robyn played her role to perfection initially, crying sweet, soft-spoken. The type of human being who could never possibly ever harm a soul. But the day she moved in, all started to go awry. Christine, once the family's warm glue, felt invisible. Janelle noticed Kody drifting away from the rest of them. And Meri, Kody's first wife, started to recede into the background. To strangers, it just appeared to be the pangs of a big family. But insiders say it was the beginning of a power shift that would change everything. Robyn wasn't loud, in your face, and aggressive. She didn't need to be. She employed something much more powerful, emotion. When she didn't get her way with Kody, she'd cry. When the wives spoke against her decisions, she'd shut down, quietly repeating, "I don't want to create tension." It worked every time. Kody started standing up for her, in an aggressive manner. He started saying things like, "Robyn just gets me better." Or, "She's the only one who really gets me." All of a sudden, all the major family decisions came through Robyn first. From financial choices, to vacations, even to which wife Kody would visit. Christine afterwards admitted, it wasn't about polygamy anymore. It was about Robyn. And she was right. Because as the days turned into weeks, the emotional manipulation grew into something much bigger. Power. Then in 2014, Kody did something unexpected. He legally divorced his first wife, Meri, the woman who had stood with him for more than 20 years, in order to marry Robyn. Legally, the reason was straightforward, so that Kody could adopt Robyn's 3 children. But to those who watched closely, it was something more than a technicality in the law. It was a power shift. When Robyn became Kody's lawful wife, things changed. She gained legal rights, inheritance benefits, and most importantly, access to family finances and business accounts. Meri's name faded from the paperwork. Christine and Janelle were never legally tied to Kody in the first place. And suddenly, every family asset was under one signature, Robyn's. That's when fans began asking, was the divorce really about adoption? Or was it part of a bigger plan? The family used to have one home, one shared dream. But Robyn and Kody began to demand to be separated, telling of how they needed space. Soon, Robyn had a big house of her own, the Flagstaff mansion. And while the other wives rented smaller, temporary houses, Robyn's home became Kody's full-time residence. It was for convenience, he said. But it was the beginning of emotional isolation for the others. COVID hit, and Robyn's home was the only place with a key to Kody. Her strict rules of safety kept him to herself and away from the others. Janelle and Christine called it manipulation. Viewers called it control. And Kody called it protection. Protection for whom? Underlying all the emotional drama was a deeper betrayal, money control. When the family purchased Coyote Pass, the vast Arizona compound that was supposed to unite them, Kody promised each wife her fair share. But over the years, money unaccountably vanished. Projects stalled. And Robyn's name began appearing on accounts and LLCs the other wives had no access to, it's alleged. Christine questioned the numbers. Janelle called for transparency. But Kody dismissed them, insisting Robyn was handling things better. Then came the final nail in the coffin. When Christine left, she confessed she had no idea what assets she still had in her own name. Meri later discovered she had no financial rights left in the family's core properties. And through it all, Robyn remained quiet, emotional, apologetic, and untouchable. By the time the reality came out, the Brown family empire was already ruined. The pressure finally broke in 2022. Christine packed her bags and said, "I deserve love, respect, and peace." Janelle wasn't far behind, tired of Kody's favoritism and control of the money. Even Meri, the most loyal of them all, finally took a walk saying, "It's time to stop pretending." And Kody? He was left with only one wife, Robyn, the woman he gave everything up for. But by then it was too late. His leadership was gone, his reputation ruined, and the family he built ripped apart. So what was Robyn's biggest betrayal? It wasn't just that she became Kody's favorite. It wasn't even the legal marriage or the money. It was the slow, calculated destruction of the one thing Kody held dearest, unity. She made him think the other wives were jealous, unfaithful, and against him. She made him think that he was the victim, that only she truly loved him. And when the others finally did walk away, Robyn was left standing, crying on camera, saying, "This isn't what I wanted." But deep down she had it all. The house, the marriage license, the control, the name, the Brown family legacy, ruined by one decision, believing Robyn over everyone else. Today the Brown family is scattered. Christine has remarried and rebuilt her life in peace. Janelle is single, focusing on her children and career. Meri travels, healing and rediscovering herself. And what about Kody and Robyn? They live in virtual isolation, far removed from the fame they once enjoyed. Kody is said to be bitter, paranoid, and struggling with finances. Robyn, meanwhile, keeps a low profile, saying she's heartbroken over the way things ended. But most viewers believe she got exactly what she wanted: control, security, and the man, at the cost of everything else. The Sister Wives show began as a story of love, faith, and acceptance. It ended as a lesson in ego, manipulation, and loss. Robyn didn't just steal a husband. She stole an empire, little by little, quietly, piece by piece. And when the dust settled, Kody looked around and realized the family he once controlled was no more. Only Robyn remained. The woman who promised she'd hold the family together was the one who ended up tearing it apart. Maybe Robyn didn't mean to destroy everything. Maybe she just needed protection and love for her children. But in seeking security, she created chaos. And in trying to build her perfect family, she destroyed another man's dream. Kody Brown once stated, "Plural marriage is about love that multiplies, not divides." But under Robyn's rule, that love did not multiply. It vanished. And with it, the Brown legacy. This was Robyn's ultimate betrayal. The move that ended the Brown legacy forever. A story of love corrupted by power, faith corrupted by control, and a family reduced to history. What do you think? Was Robyn the puppet master? Or merely another participant in a game that was flawed from the beginning? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe for additional in-depth explorations of the reality behind Sister Wives. Because sometimes, the greatest betrayals are from those who vowed to love the most.